We are back with Carrie Coon, who's returning to Broadway, starring in a psychological thriller written by her brilliant husband, Tracy Letts. Oh my gosh, 30 years ago.
30 years old, this play.
Wow.
But when you hear the language of it, it feels like it was written yesterday.
Yeah, it's called Bug.
It's called Bug.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure, it's about this down-on-her-luck waitress in Oklahoma who meets a drifter, a young man who's a veteran, and they're lonely, and they take up together in this motel room, and then they start to see bugs. And it's a love story, but it's also a story about paranoia and shared delusion, maybe the government, what's real and what's not real, what's the truth, what's not. What are we willing to believe in order to make meaning in our lives? How do we answer the question, who did this to me, when our lives haven't turned out the way that we want?
That sounds very contemporary, a lot of...
Indeed. Yeah, there's a whole monologue about
themes.
machines, the danger of the machines, people working their machines. It's terrifying. But it's really funny. I mean, my husband's plays are always funny. There's a great... People sometimes are afraid to laugh at plays, like they feel like they're supposed to be serious, but he wants you laughing. It means you're listening.
Have you had a house that is just too afraid to laugh?
Oh, yes. I mean, the matinees are often very quiet. But I'll say, you know, one of the things we're experiencing is a lot of people are coming who've never seen a play before.
Oh, that's
because
amazing.
they're television fans.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And you'll have and young people are coming. You know, we have yonder pouches because there's nudity on stage, which means they lock your cell phones up.
Right.
I had a young man say to me, he goes, "We're there and with all these other people, and there are no phones."
How
you know,
nice.
They've literally never been in a room where people aren't being distracted by their phones.
And
it's actually quite revolutionary for some young people.
What was the process approaching? Because obviously you knew you've played this role before. Yes.
We did it in Chicago. Yes.
So you knew there was some nudity.
Yeah.
What's the?
I would rather. I'm going to say it. I would rather die. If you gave me a choice to be nude on stage or death, death by any means.
Okay.
Good for you.
And
understandable.
And I'm asking this for your co-star. His name is
Namir.
Namir.
Marvelous actor.
Did he ask for the temperature in the theater to be raised up just a little bit?
We actually had a heating pad on stage in the bed because we were so cold in Chicago because our theater was notoriously cold. I will say that when we were approaching the scene, you don't obviously do it naked in rehearsal. You wait until you're in this, you know, when you're in tech, when we get into the space.
Surprise!
And so we had a moment to do it in the room with just the director and the intimacy coordinator. And we were nervous about it. And Tracy said to me, he said, you know, it's a rite of passage in Chicago to be naked on stage. This is a room, you know, something we talk about as
it's like doing Law and Order here.
Like, yeah, if you do, yeah, right. It's the Law and Order test. If you're on stage long enough in Chicago, you will eventually be naked.
Right.
And Tracy, who has done that also, he was in Lady Chatterley's Lover when he was, you know, 28 or something. He said it's really liberating, and you don't believe it. And then we went out there and did the scene for the first time, and it was the first time the scene actually worked, because what you realize is what Tracy's doing in the scene. He is rocketing their intimacy. Suddenly you have these two people who just met who are so comfortable being together. Now, of course, that is what's happening in the scene. For the audience, it's a different experience. You know, we live in a world where people live in comparing mind. They're always comparing. That's how our brains work, right? That's how we make distinctions. We compare things. That's how we stay alive. It's biological. You know people are scrutinizing your body, but you can't do anything about it. There it is. It's all out there. I'm 44 years old. And I have to say, you guys, it's like the least of my worries. The play is very hard. Yeah. And when you get to the naked scene, you're like, oh, thank God we're at the end of the first act.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, to not be able to hide yourself, you get to live inside of this spiritual space where you're like, we are just a body. We are just a sack of meat. And we're all going one way. Everybody's going to die. Like, everything you love will die and pass away. And you are actually kind of living inside of that. And what anybody thinks of me up there is actually none of my business. And I don't have to know what you're thinking. Thank you. And what it really does is it makes whatever is happening for you when you're sitting in that audience, it's all about you. Like how you feel about your own body, your own mortality, men, women, nudity, intimacy. Whatever it brings up for you, I think is what's powerful about art. And that it kind of lets the audience sit in the examination of what is their response to that experience. For me, it doesn't matter. I don't know what you're thinking, and I don't care, and I don't want to know. So I found it really liberating. And it's character. You know, it's what the character's going through. It's my job.
It's your job.
Yeah.
I'd still rather die.
Totally fair assessment. Yeah.
All right, Bug is at Samuel J. Friedman Theater in New York City through February 22nd.